Today, I want to share with you my favorite masterpiece 10 fragrances for spring 2020. If you're first time here, my name is Mehdi. I am talking about fragrances. If you don't want to lose my new uploads, I upload frequently. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel right now. Let's see the fragrances. Before starting the main list, I have one honorable mention from House of Givenchy. Gentlemen Only Intense. Man, how it is possible to put this much daring, dirty notes and make such a delicious fragrance. It is crazy. This waxy, woody, smoky, incensey, resiny, leathery by undertone sweetness. All of these daring notes together makes such a smooth, sexy, delicious fragrance. The only issue is performance. It is a very bad performer, that's why it is on honorable mention. I like to wear this fragrance. I really love from bottom of my heart the scent profile of this fragrance, but performance is too weak. I can say it is like 2 hours longevity by at all nothing about projection, but I don't know why the name of the fragrance is Givenchy Gentlemen Only Intense. There is nothing intense about this bottle, but scent profile is for me out of this world. One of those my absolute favorites for close encounters, especially for spring. Givenchy Gentlemen Only Intense. Let's continue by House of Versace at number 10 spot. Versace Eros Flame. So this fragrance is creamy, edible, mouth-watering, dark, slightly woody, earthy because of patchouli. I can get patchouli pepper in this fragrance. Slightly floral. If you have smelled regular Versace Eros, you're gonna get immediately that DNA by some mature touch. This is more mature version of Versace Eros by moderate performance and projection. I can get by this fragrance good 6 to 7 hours by, as I said, moderate or average projection and sillage. I believe it needs a bit more love, more talk if you like Versace Eros, but you find it juvenile if you want to have that DNA by more masculine touch. Versace Eros Flame is absolutely for you. At number 9 spot, one of my absolute favorite fragrances, especially for springtime, from House of Hermes. I believe it is almost impossible to have fun without this house at the springtime. Voyage d'Hermes Parfum every time in my collection. This is a unisex fragrance, but to my nose it smells 70% masculine. It is all about cardamom, very natural cardamom, very natural lemon citruses, vetiver, and somehow black tea. Very spring smelling type of fragrance by very great longevity, 12 hours plus, by poor to moderate projection. Projection is not great, but longevity absolutely is long lasting fragrance because it is pure parfum, highly concentrated type of fragrance. Voyage d'Hermes Parfum. Let's continue by House of Bentley at number 8 spot. Bentley for men, the regular one, not intense version. So, man, this fragrance is boozy, it is sweet, it is oriental. Man, look at this rotten booziness. It is boozy, it is spicy, leathery, resiny, and masculine. Undertone sweet. Sweetness of this fragrance is better or more sweet compared to intense version. So I prefer this one over the intense version because it projects moderate, performance is average, projections is average. It is not as beast mode, as animalic smelling as the intense version. So if you want have some oriental, masculine, sexy, resiny smelling type of fragrances by this scent profile, but you don't want to be offensive for people around, especially in this season, Bentley for Men is absolutely for you. Such a great deal for 100 ml, 30 bucks. It is nothing for, I cannot believe it. 100 ml, 30 bucks. It is nothing for this masterpiece. Let's continue by House of Dior at number 7 spot. If you like that backbone, that game changer, groundbreaking DNA of Dior Homme line, and you want to carry it for spring and summer, and you feel that DNA is offensive for this season, go by this one, Dior Homme O, masterpiece. This is Dior Homme, more airy. Imagine Dior Homme, the regular one, not intense. Regular Dior Homme, slightly more citrusy, slightly more airy, less lipsticky. But that lipsticky vibe is here, but reduced 50%. They put instead a bit citruses, and they made the fragrance a bit ozonic, a bit airy compared to regular Dior. It performs better compared to regular Dior Homme. Even by first sniff, I said in several videos, I was thinking that this is watered down version of Dior Homme and will not gonna last at all, but it is long lasting. It's 8 hours easily by very beautiful, airy, bubbly, cloudy projection. Big but airy type of projection. At number 6 spot, if you want those masculine fragrances to death, those daring, smoky, woody, leathery, spicy, scratchy, animalic fragrances, dark fragrances for spring. It sounded like I'm watching Talutman. Man, look at this. Too daring, I believe, too offensive for spring. If you like this DNA, but you want to carry it to spring and summer, go buy this one instead. Go buy this one instead. This masterpiece, Dunhill Icon, absolute, hands down. Such a scratchy, dark, animalic, daring fragrance in a very inoffensive way. So it is one of those masculine to death fragrances by moderate to poor projection and performance. Performance is like 2-3 hours maximum on the skin, by half an hour something like projection, but can stay longer and better on clothing. Half a day something can project better on the clothing for whatever reason. So if you want some daring fragrances, especially for close encounters, indoor situations, Dunhill Icon Absolute is one of the best in the market. Let's continue at number 5 spot. Again from House of Versace, another masterpiece, favorite fragrance for me. Versace Oud Noir. I believe this fragrance also needs more talk, more love. I want to keep it as long as possible in my lungs. Oriental and in the same time Western smelling fragrance. Very, how I can say, suitable to the Western nose, this fragrance, but also Oriental scent profile. It is slightly sweet, but sweetness is like sweetness in the cardamom, in the vanilla, in the cinnamon, like that. Oriental, I can get saffron, cardamom, some resins like mastic, olibanum. Very beautiful resiny, woody. Oud here is not animalic, it is not like dominated woody medicine type of fragrance, it is not. Performance could be better, it is eau de parfum, it is for 5 hours maximum in terms of longevity. Projection is poor, below average for first 1 hour. The only issue is performance. The rest is 10 out of 10. Let's continue by a very unfairly underrated gem. I don't know, for whatever reason this fragrance at all doesn't get any talk or love, but this is absolutely a masterpiece from House of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, Grand Soie. This fragrance is one of the most polite or smoothest amber based fragrances, absolutely, that I've ever smelled. I have no idea if you have smelled better than this, but I cannot remember any better than this in terms of being smooth, not smoky. Smooth amber based fragrance. It is ambery, it is dusty, it is slightly milky, and very well balanced undertone sweet. Sweetness is not like synthetically sickly sweet. It is very tasty and polite sweetness in this fragrance. This is dusty, sweet, milky, and very smooth. Performances for these smooth fragrances out of this world. This is like those 16-18 hours plus fragrances in terms of longevity, in terms of projection. This fragrance is nuclear. Believe me, I mean it. Really like a nuclear, but very inoffensive and airy, like scent of candy floss in the air that everybody can smell it in a very good way, in a very mouth-watering way. The scent profile is different, but the way that projects is like scent of candy floss in the air. Grand Soie by Maison Francis Kurkdjian. I have not that much fragrances that I can say to it, king of my heart. Lalique Renoir by House of Lalique. This fragrance is I forget what I have to say. Look at this art in the bottle. This is artistic type of fragrance. It is dark. It smells like drop of ink, so unique. This fragrance is more unique compared to 99.5% of my collection. That 0.5% is another Lalique fragrances from this line. It is very unique. It smells like drop of ink. It is dark, bitter to hell, but you can get some sweetness. Like, close your eyes, it is like crushed carrot. Like crushed carrot, cypress, and vetiver. It's bitter to hell, but you can get some very undertone at the some darkness, mysterious sweetness also into it. It's not for everybody. It is very polarizing fragrance. This is absolutely love, absolutely hate type of fragrance. If you love it, you love it. If you don't, it is a hate. It is not at the middle something. It is net. So if you like this type of fragrances, this is absolutely for you. If you like bitter, manly, dark type of fragrances, go for it. If you don't like, absolutely not for blind buy. Performance is average. I can get 6 hours longevity buy. I can say good, not beast, but near to good. Projection for first 1.5 2 hours by this one, Lalique Renoir. Let's continue by another complex masterpiece fragrance from House of Issey Miyake, Lodo Issey Prom, the regular one. This is very floral, complex, but in a very manly way. Floral, green, citrusy, and aquatic. Everything is well balanced. It is floral, but not floral, smelling like Prada L'Homme, like Amouage Reflection, man. It is aquatic, not that much to the peak aquatic smelling fragrance, like for example Aqua di Gio. It is citrusy, but not like for example Versace Prom, citrusy. Very great, very well balanced. I like it. It is green, but not like for example Mugler Cologne, green. It is, everything is here available in a very good balance and volume. I like the volume, that settings of this fragrance. Very lovely, very great job. Performance is okay. This is citrusy fragrance. I cannot expect that much because it is not that much synthetically citrusy fragrance. 6 hours by average projection for first 1.5 hours. Complementing factor is also average, not a magnet. It's okay. 6 or 5.5 out of 10. If you are a fan of those greeny, citrusy, floral, aquatic fragrances in a very masculine way, in a very good balanced way, this fragrance is for you. Issey Miyake Lodo Issey Prom. At the top of the list, I don't want to say only to this fragrance favorite. Forever it is a favorite, but more than favorite. I feel respect to this fragrance. It's one of those fragrances that every time that I smell it, I say hat off, man, hat off. Such a masterpiece. If you are tired of those blue fragrances, if you find Bleu de Chanel, Dylan Blue, Dolce & Gabbana K generic, which I don't find that much generic. If you don't like them, this is for you. This is next level blue type of fragrance. Narciso Rodriguez, Blue Noir, Eau de Parfum. EDT also is beautiful, but this is deeper compared to EDT. I like it better. When you see the note breakdowns, when you read it, it's like ebony, cedar, amber. You feel wow, such a wintry smelling fragrance. Scent profile, the notes are wintry, but you cannot judge the fragrances by the note breakdowns. That's why I don't like to count them mostly in the videos. This is very dark, deep, and blue type of fragrance. This dark, deep by hint of freshness, but bitter freshness at the top. Very unique blue type of fragrance. I can say to this one easily the most, at top 5, the most unique smelling blue fragrances in the market. So this deep, dark blue and by hint of freshness, this is such a unique lady pleaser also. Ladies love this fragrance, and the thing that I really like in this fragrance is not well known, well talked. You will stand out immediately in a very sexy and good way by Narciso Rodriguez Blue Noir. Just performance is okay, average. I can get 5-6 hours. By Eau de Parfum, by first 1 hour, average to poor projection. This is near to your skin, but man, it is such a deadly trap. Don't forget subscribe the channel. If you have any opinion, suggestion, question, let me know in the comments below. I will answer you. See you in another video.